Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. Excited to be here with you on Wow Wednesday, formerly known as Wonderful Wednesday, although it could still be Wonderful Wednesday. So, what are you excited about? I'm excited about church tonight. Our pastor started a really awesome part one yesterday, or this past Sunday, which went really great. Had an awesome service. And we've had a wonderful last two couple of days, right? Monday, we started the pragmatic prospecting process and how easy that is. And so definitely want to be able to make sure and get that to you. We're going to be going over. You guys are seeing here on the dash or on the deal, but wanted to go ahead and share that with you guys. But we're going to go ahead and come back to that here in just a little bit. I'm the one kind of running the controls, so it's a little difficult for me to do everything. Again, this is your playground guide for those of you that are just joining us. Playground guide Johnny Juan Ortiz here in the Fun Life community right here, where we really do encourage you guys to activate your childlike faith and live out your childhood dreams in this playground we call life. And we did this yesterday. I thought it was pretty neat. Some of you guys are asking about some of the back behind the scenes stuff that we do. You guys are watching me, right? This is kind of the setup that we have going on. That's our back guy. He kind of makes sure everything is done. That's my office, my little lights and everything that we have going on. So you guys see us back there. That's really awesome. Wanted to just share that with you guys. But well, again, we do so much here, but we wanted to be able to come out and give you part three. Right? This is the Fun Life community. Again, it's all powered by this guy right here, Mr. Zig Ziglar, and his philosophy of you can have everything in life you want if you'll just simply help enough other people get what they want. And of course, we always start with the foundational program of his proud son, Tom Ziegler. And that way, it's the Choose to Win program from the um, Ziegler Legacy Certification Program. That's the one we always start out with because it covers so much. And that's kind of what I was covering right here, right? This is the 7 key areas of people's lives. That's that back wheel to the, I don't have it on today, but my bicycle pin that I had on yesterday. You really were born to win. And as Mr. Ziegler says, in order to be the winner that you were born to be, you have to first plan to win, prepare to win, and then and only then can you guys honestly and earnestly expect to win. And of course, we get into the whole why and the vision and the character, seated on your character, right? Integrity. The pedals is the persistent consistency, and the leadership, right? Your business. That's why we use the vehicle. It's the vehicle that gets you from where you are to where you want to get to. And for you real estate agents, that's your business, and your business is designed to get you from where you are to where you want to get to. So we'll go ahead and get part three started. I want to share with you guys again what we're doing. This is the pragmatic, just kind of a big word for common sense. Common sense, pragmatic prospecting process, and we've already covered the first one, which is the 4 steps. Right, the first step was they got to like you, they got to listen to you, they'll believe you, then they'll buy from you. Really, they'll trust you. Once you have trust is everything, right? All things being equal. Bob Berg came on here, co-author of The Go Giver. He said, all things being equal, people do business with people they know, like, and yep, I heard somebody say it out there. Trust. Thank you guys for joining us here live on the program. For those of you that watch this later on on the replay, appreciate you guys. If you want to go ahead and share this with your friends and your family, those of you watching on Facebook, Instagram, the replay, YouTube, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. If you guys listen to us later on Spotify, of course, those of you who want to subscribe, you can go to Substack /Johnny One. That's where you're gonna be able to find and get these delivered to your inbox before while they're still free. Don't know how long that's going to keep going, but we've been going live since October. And so the first phase, the first step, right? We call it the inverted pyramid. The first 4 steps was like, listen, believe, trust. Of course, the trust they'll buy from you. The 3 phases we covered yesterday on Transformation Tuesday was that you have to go out and make a friend. Once you find a friend, you're going to be able to uncover a need, find a need, and then transfer a feeling. Mr. Ziegler says that is what happens. A sale happens when you transfer an emotion. And then today we're going to be the 2 outcomes of why we do the whole thing, right? 4, 3, 2. This is This is the two things of why we do what we do. And if you've read the 7 habits of highly effective people, we recently, I say recently, a while back, we did the 7 habits of highly effective teams with our youth group. Really great, really great program to teach your youth. We did it with them just to kind of share them with them how everything is, right, putting first things first and being proactive, all that good stuff. But his fourth habit was to think win-win. Guys, this, if you're in business, this is the outcome that you guys are going to want to be shooting for. Think win and win, because it's about finding solutions that are mutually beneficial and that they satisfy both parties involved, right? If you win and I lose, guys, that's a recipe for bankruptcy. You're not going to be in business very long, right? We've seen that. We've seen that happen to a lot of business owners. We've seen that happen to a lot of real estate agents. They're here one day, gone the next, but not you guys, because we're going to show you how to think win-win. And so for real estate agents, this means negotiating deals that are fair and favorable, even with everything going on in your market right now, ensuring that both the buyer and seller feel that they've gained from the transaction. And so, kind of expanding on this second phase of Stephen Covey's to think win win habit within the context of real estate sales, guys, we're going to be using the mindset, the motivation, and the methodology framework that's going to offer you guys a valuable perspective for you to be able to negotiate and close those deals that are beneficial for both parties involved, right? It's got to be a win-win. So yes, I see you. Thank you guys so much for commenting, sharing. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for doing that for us. Also, again, we're going to want to be able to take this approach, right? The reason we're going to take this approach is because it's going to ensure that both the buyer and the seller feel satisfied in the outcome. And what that's going to do is it's going to foster goodwill and a positive reputation for you, the real estate agent. And so here's how it can be applied. Are you ready? You got your pen and paper handy? I'm going to fixing to drop some writer downers for you guys. I'm going to try to slow down because I've been told on the podcast when you listen to the audio, it tends to go a little fast. So I'm going to try to slow down because the mindset, right? It's a collaborative and empathetic thinking process that you want to go through, right? Agents, you should adopt that mindset, because the reason you want to do that is it involves seeing the negotiations from both sides, understanding the seller's motives and constraints, as well as the buyer's needs and aspirations. And so the mindset here isn't about winning at the expense of the other party, but rather finding a balance where both sides feel that they have gained something of value. What's the motivation behind that? That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. Thank you for doing that. And so the driving motivation about to the thinking win-win approach, it's just simply the commitment to achieving the outcomes that are mutual beneficial. We've kind of said that a couple times. So I hope you're picking up on the consistent and the congruency that this whole process is going through, right? And so you're forming a funnel. If you do this, you do this, you do this, you'll end up with this down here, right? That's how manufacturing plants work. And so what's going to happen is that this is crucial to maintaining that long-term relationship with a strong local reputation, guys. So you real estate agents, motivated by this principle, you're going to find out that you're going to work diligently to ensure that these deals, these contracts are not only fair, but that they also, right, they have a perceived value as for all parties involved. And so the simple methodology, right, the how to, it's going to be that you're going to want to come up with a strategy that's equitable for all parties involved. And so implementing a win-win solution simply requires specific strategies and techniques. And the first one, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, we talked a little bit about it in the 4 steps, right? 2 ears, 1 mouth, effective communication, clear and open communication is key. Agents, you guys, I want you guys to make sure that both buyers and sellers are fully informed about all the aspects of the transaction and facilitating transparency and, most importantly, trust. Again, we talked about that earlier, right? And so understanding the priorities, each party in the transaction has a different priority and they have different pressures. So you're going to have to be able to kind of balance that out. You're going to have to make sure that you're able to identify these priorities through careful questioning, right? The whole Bob Tiede leading with questions, and make sure that you're active listening, right? The question behind the question. And so once you understand how to craft, how to listen, and how to craft the solution to present that's going to address the concerns for both sides, guys, you're going to find out that it's so much easier. And that's where those creative juices flow, right? If you're in real estate, chances are you're pretty creative, that you have a right brain thinker, right? If not, you'd probably be doing something else like loans or or something with numbers, right? So what you're going to have to come up with is you're going to find out that meeting both of these needs for both parties requires that creative thinking. It's going to have that right brain, that creative juices are going to have to flow. And this is going to involve alternate financing options, adjusting timelines, being creative in the sense that you're going to have to include or exclude certain property features and fixtures, or even bringing a third party service in, like a home staging or minor renovations, to be able to enhance the value. Guys, we have those. You have to make sure that you have a good sphere of influence that's going to be able to help you to do all of this stuff. All right, guys, we try to keep these to about 10-15 minutes. We're already at the 10-minute mark. We want to go ahead and speed this up a little bit. But one of the things you're also going to want to work on is your negotiation skills, right? Again, Tom Ziegler shared with us that the best way to mitigate risk is to increase your skills. So what are you working on, right? Are you growing personally and professionally? Are you developing the skills necessary to be able to help you get to that next level? And so those negotiation skills are essential. You real estate agents should practice and develop those techniques that enable you guys to advocate for your client while respecting the needs of the opposing party. And so this includes knowing that when to compromise and what trade offs need to happen in order to satisfy all parties involved. And then you have to, I don't care who you are, the fortune is in the follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. I might go over time just trying to say this, follow up. After negotiations, don't just assume everything is honky dory. You want to follow up with all parties involved to ensure that the agreements are upheld at any last minute concerns that are need to be addressed, that you go ahead and get those, give them that peace of mind. This also helps, again, building trust. Again, trust is kind of the big overlying theme that we're trying to get to here, but it also lets you know that you're ready for future interactions. And so when you start to apply this framework, this think win-win philosophy, you real estate agents you're able to come up with and derive the proper contracts, the negotiations that are not only successful in terms of the immediate sales, but also beneficial in terms of building winning and lasting relationships. And not only that, but a positive community presence. And so this strategic approach aligns well with the values of integrity and service. Again, going back to the law of service, of law of value, give more in value than you receive in compensation. And so that's key for long term success in the real estate lending and the real estate industry at large. Guys, this has been your friend Johnny Juan Ortiz coming to you live with the Fun Life community, right? The whole foundational program of Choose to Win. And if this resonates with you, share it. Share this with your friends. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen to us. Share this with your friends, your community. I want to be able to help you be more, do more, and have more in 2024. And not just to have more, right? It's not about just having, it's about giving, right? You can't give that which you don't have. And one of my favorite books that I love reading talks about that if you give, you ready? It's going to be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And guys, I haven't said this recently, but the whole reason why we're doing this is that we can perpetually live in that overflow of God's goodness, of God's grace, of God's mercy. We're doing everything we can to make sure that we're being blessed, and not just blessed to be blessed, but blessed to be a blessing for somebody else, guys. And I'm telling you, a rising tide really does lift all boats. And so it could be that you are the person in your office waiting, that the entire office is waiting to go to that next level, because it's going to elevate. It's going to bring everybody up with you, right? A leader is the one that knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way, right? And so that's going to lead to a life of significance, right? For some reason, it wouldn't let me share it with you on screen, but I wanted to share with you the cycle of significance, right? First, you're in the survival mode, then you're in stability mode, then you're in success mode, then you get into significance mode. And I'm telling you, I shared this with one of my real estate brokers earlier. Once it was John Maxwell that shared it with one of our lead coaches, Howard Partridge, right from the phenomenal business coaching practices. But he said that John Maxwell told Howard that once you get a taste of significance, success just won't do. And so, guys, the only thing above significance is that legacy, and that's the next level of why we do what we do. So, hey, this is your friend Johnny Juan, your playground guy, Johnny Juan Ortiz, here with the Fun Life community. Guys, hang out with us, share this with your friends, your friends. Put in the comment section where you're watching us from, where you're listening from, if you're watching live or on the replay. Adios. Talk to you tomorrow on Thankful Thursday, where we break down the last and final step, and that's going to be your primary motivating factor of why you do everything, right? How you do anything is how you do everything. And I'm going to give you a hint. 4 letters. LOVE, baby. It's going to be for the love of people. Alrighty, guys. Have fun. We will see you tomorrow on Thankful Thursday. Adios.